Yo, what's up guys, this is RBD and I'm bringing you a brand new video. So first of all, I'm going to be giving my review on Titanfall 2. So the first topic I'm going to talk about are the maps. So first of all, there's not enough variety. So somehow you get the same 5 or so maps every time you play a certain game type. So it does get very boring very fast. So if they introduce a new DLC maps, spike it up a little bit, it would be great. So on top of that, I feel the maps need work. They're very dull, very grey. It's like Halo Reach when you get Forge mode and everything's sort of grey. It just doesn't feel good. Especially with all like the phase shift, and when you're low health, it all goes black and white, it all goes grey. It feels boring. It feels a bit like the Advanced Warfare maps, all grey. So it's like Gears of War 4 do a very good job on sort of dull maps, but the vibrant textures and the colours make it really fun to play. So if they take some notes, that would be great. Just like in Titanfall 1, every game type you play normally involves pilots camping on rooftops, which is very, very annoying. But you can't really change what other people do, but just expect if you play Bounty Hunter, people would be camping at the upload spots. If you play Hardpoint, they're going to be camping somewhere in the hardpoint. You just got to get used to it and accept it for what it is. This connects to the next topic of the playlists. In Titanfall 1, I got the game pretty late, so the only sort of thing I played was attrition because I couldn't get a game and anything else. Now, in the UK, I'm searching today, there's only about 200 people in a playlist. So finding games is pretty hard, and the game's only been out a couple months. I condensed the playlist down. We've got 12 bloody playlists, and there's no need for there to be 12 playlists. Have one playlist for attrition, have a second playlist for objectives. So this should rotate in Hardpoint, Bounty Hunter and CTF. Third playlist, Pilots vs Pilots. Fourth playlist, Last Titan Standing. Fifth playlist, Free For All. That would condense all the people at 12 playlists into 5 main ones, and they should be on rotation. So when you play a game, you load it up, there should be 3 maps, so you should be able to choose what map you want to play. A bit on like Gears of War 4 social quick play, like Master Chief Collection. I feel that would be pretty good, because it does get annoying when the game loads you on the same map 5 times in a row. Weapons. One problem with me is I'm a one gun sort of guy, so I feel like one gun, I feel it suits my play style, and I sort of stick with it. Carbine in Titanfall 1 I used all the time, and in this game I've used this game far too much. I've got about 2,500 kills with this carbine, and it's the only gun I use because the rate of fire, the range, like the damage you get on it, I feel is absolutely perfect and overdoes every weapon. The only other gun what's pretty good is the Hemlock, but that is good for long range on long maps and say like camping style, where if you're like sitting on rooftops and you've got a clear line of sight, I think that's brilliant. But I love this carbine. One thing I would have loved to see was a brand new sniper. I know they sort of brought out the double take, but in my opinion, I think it's bloody shit, so I wouldn't even touch it. If they brought out a sniper which is in between the Krabner and the longbow, I think that would be a win-win situation. If they brought it out as like a special DLC weapon, it would be perfect. So DLC and maps and maybe a weapon, I think that's pretty good. So if that come, I'd be well impressed. Movement. Movement in Titanfall 2, I can't really say bad things about it. It's really, really smooth. The only thing I would like to see better was the grappling hook. I feel sometimes you use it and it's a bit glitchy. I feel if you're trying to run up walls or trying to climb up walls, it gets pretty glitchy, and as you see the lunge, you get like 10-foot lunges like on Halo 3 when you have the energy sword. So, you know, overall though, I think the movement is pretty good. The wall climbing is pretty accurate. It's not really glitchy or laggy, but it could be better. Tactics. In this game, you got about choice of rain 8 tactics. The only problem is there's only about 2 decent ones. So camo is what everyone's going to go for. You sit on the rooftops with a sentry turret and you have camo, and it's hard to see by Titans and also players. The only problem is when you use camo you turn to like grey, and the map's grey, so you blend in, so it's win-win for you. Stim is pretty good, but it's only good in capture the flag, so as soon as you get the flag, hit that stim, get that speed boost, get back to your base, score a point. Sonar, you sort of put this dart on the wall and you see through walls for about 20 seconds. It's pretty good if you're playing bounty hunter or an objective and you want to chuck a dart in, explore the room before you go in there, because bounty hunter you're going to get people camping on the upload, so that's pretty good. Grappling hook should be a primary. You shouldn't have to like sacrifice camouflage, phase shift, or any of that for a grappling hook. It should be a primary thing. No one is going to pick a grappling hook over camo or phase shift, so that's that. What else we got? Phase shift is pretty good. It's like the glitch in Black Ops 3, except you choose where you want to go, not you don't get that put there like where you were before. You get to choose. Boosts. My favourite boost is amped weapons. Gives you a weapon increase. And if you get lots of kills, it becomes more readily available, so you get it every couple minutes. One thing most people use is the sentry turrets. They have got like a 1 minute health or 1 minute lifetime, and literally they're aimbot with a massive range. So if you're out in the open, you're going to get shredded by them, so you've got to be careful going around them. However, they are a one hit kill, so if you go up by and melee them, you'll destroy it. But the problem is people normally camp with them because they know that's going to happen, so you'll have someone camping on a rooftop with camo and a sentry turret. Boosts. We'll just talk about boosts. There is like a couple more, but I don't feel that they're not that good enough to talk about. No one's really going to use them. There is a two-way shield you can have, so if you're playing hardpoint or bounty hunter, you can block the doorway up with a massive shield and you won't be able to get in. But it doesn't last very long, and it takes you a while to like gain the thing to get it in the game. You've got to get a lot of kills, a lot of points. There's a map attack, which is pretty good, and a couple others, but they're pretty good. You should use them if you need to anyway, but I find it depends what playstyle you got. If you got a really good playstyle, you play fast, you want amp weapons. If you play quite slow, quite far back, it might be better to get like a sentry gun or like a map attack for your team. So grenades, I feel lots of the grenades are absolute shite in this game. Frag grenades have such a long cook time. You throw them at an enemy, the enemy just runs past them and explode a minute later, so don't use them. Firestar is probably the most decent one. It's like a grenade, but when it hits an enemy it explodes and it's a fireball. The problem is it's not very powerful, so it'll only take like a quarter or a third of the health off the enemy and they just turn and kill you. So if they got an upgrade, bit of damage boost, it would be great. There is a grenade which is pretty good, which is the gravity star. You throw it near an enemy, it'll suck them into the grenade and then explode, but it doesn't kill them, but it's good to paralyze them for a little bit. So there is a couple of things which could be improved in this game. I think the Titans need a bit more damage. I feel as soon as you drop them down and someone's got like a damage call, it will explode your Titan in about 25 seconds, and you put all that effort into dropping your Titan down and they get wrecked. I feel the auto Titans should get a bit more better as well, because I sort of have a smart chip in my Titan and it'll kill some grunts and maybe a couple pilots, but it never gets Titan kills because the other Titans just wreck it apart with like, they run up and melee it and your Titan doesn't have a clue. So that's my major points in Titanfall 2. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be making a video soon about skins and achievements in Titanfall 2 and what they should do to improve it. So I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I've been RBD and I'll catch you another time. See ya.